Georgia, New Jersey, Michigan.
We're the police. Don't tell us to settle down.
Cases divided by hundreds of miles, threaded by a simple connection. A search for robbery suspects created a trail of victims. November 25th, 2022, DeKalb County Police stop a car along I-20. The driver was Randall Reed. The 29-year-old was wanted.
You got 2 theft warrants. They're both in Louisiana. So I'm gonna have a subject in custody. It's gonna be him.
It would not be him.
I swear to God, I ain't never been to Louisiana. I don't do nothing, no like that.
Who would use your name? Like, who would get you involved?
I don't know, because I got my license. I don't even know nobody in Louisiana.
Randall had never been to the state, yet officers in 2 jurisdictions there accused him of stealing purses in Jefferson Parish and Baton Rouge. His attorneys say Louisiana law enforcement linked him to the crime he did not commit by using facial recognition technology. FRT is software that analyzes facial features, comparing one image to another to confirm a match or offer a limited set of results with similarities. At the time of Randall's arrest, neither he nor DeKalb PD knew Louisiana officers used the technology to ultimately issue warrants.
How often does what happen? When it's not the right person? I never know if it's the right person.
Put your phone in your pocket.
It was not the right person in this arrest either.
So I don't get to go in my house.
No.
And I got a warrant for retail fraud. Go home, settle down, bro.
You want to I got a warrant for retail fraud.
In January 2020, using facial recognition technology, Detroit police linked Robert Williams to this surveillance video. The video shows a man stealing watches from a Michigan jewelry store. Robert, his family, and attorneys allege in a lawsuit detectives failed to thoroughly investigate beyond using the software.
Arrested me for absolutely no reason other than whatever you seen on a picture it's not real.
You could be doing every single thing right and still be arrested as if you've done something wrong.
Right.
They made a mistake, baby. It's okay. I'll be back in a minute.
The father did not come back for days. And in New Jersey, it was about 10 days before Niger Parks came home.
They don't do police work now with the facial recognition. Like, you just can't take the facial recognition and say, oh, the computer said it was him, so it's him. February
2019, this scene unfolds outside a Woodbridge, New Jersey hotel. A suspect parked in a Dodge Challenger is accused of stealing from the gift shop. As officers are questioning the driver, he cranks up his car.
He took off!
The driver nearly hits police. Court documents reveal law enforcement later used facial recognition technology to run the actual suspect's fake license through the system. It falsely linked Niger to the crime he did not commit.
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, shoplifting, eluding. My jaw just dropped. It was just like, huh? Like, where did you get all this from?
All 3 jailed, all falsely matched, all black men. A national study finds FRT use contributes to greater racial disparities in arrests. The author, Dr. Thaddeus Johnson, is a professor at Georgia State University, and not only does he teach students about this, he trains police, and he's a former officer.
Had this technology been available to you 10 years ago or even today if you were still an officer, would you use it?
I mean, I probably would.
But not as a final decision in a case. Dr. Johnson's study examines FRT deployment in more than 1,100 cities and subsequent arrests in 2016. The results show agencies which use FRT had a 55% higher arrest rate for black people and a 22% lower arrest rate for white people compared to agencies that did not use facial recognition.
Bias can be embedded on the very front end.
According to the report, contributing factors in racial disparities include Black people are overrepresented in image databases like mugshots, so they carry a greater risk of being misidentified. Plus, the lack of racially diverse programmers to train and build these algorithms. Also, the absence of federal guidelines to interpret these results. And finally, the psychological effect of workers relying on shortcuts for time-sensitive, high-stakes decisions.
More recent data by the National Institute of Standards and Technology reveals FRT has a wide range in accuracy across developers. For example, systems created in China have more accuracy in identifying Asian faces. Additionally, when it came to U.S. databases, the highest false positives were in people of color, Indian, African American, and Asian.
We can use this technology, but we can't do it at the expense of inequity and discriminatory policing, whether we mean to or not.